Well, new mic, hopefully it works, and hopefully my camera don't blow over like it did the other day and break the microphone piece. So anyway, if you got an 09 to 14 F150 and you're getting a p0451 code, and it's a evap pressure sensor code, the fastest, cheapest way to fix it is what I'm going to show you now. My cutter's under here. Anyway, this is what the sensor looks like right here. This is the old one. Here is a brand new one. I'm sure it's a Chinese knockoff, but we're going to try it. If it works, I'll post this video, which it should. But anyway, this is part of like a 3 or 4 foot long line. It's up on top of the gas tank, and a lot of people will remove the tank or even pick the bed up to do this line. And well, I just don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to do it the easy way, which my way is, I got these cutters, but they do have ratcheting cutters. So get yourself a pair of these or a pair of ratcheting cutters. And I was able to finagle myself up behind the drive shaft and the exhaust there, one arm, and I got the wire clip off first, and then I snipped it off. And you can see I snipped it off right behind, I don't know what that white stuff is, right behind the lines here. This thing's ready to take off on me. I don't like it. We're gonna hope the wind calms down. But I snipped it off right behind where the joint is, you can see. And I went to the hardware store. Get yourself some 5/8 ID line that's inside diameter. It'll fit over this. And I cut a little snippet of the line off, and that'll fit in as well. So what I'm going to do is, I got a foot of it. Didn't really need a foot, but I got a foot. I'm going to stick this on both sides. And we're going to worm clamp it. And we'll do the same thing with the line down there, without dropping the tank and without lifting the bed. Now, the good thing about doing it that way is, trying to find the right size, but that 4 foot line or whatever is, like I said, like $400. There's 2 different ones. One's for like a 24 or 26 gallon tank, and one is for the long range 36 gallon tank. And like I said, I'm not spending that money. This sensor was like $30 off of Amazon. And I will put it up I'll put it up right now in the box so you can see it with the part number. So, sensor, $30, a piece of hose, maybe you even got one, you ain't even got to buy the hose. It's the same with worm clamps. I didn't feel like rooting. I'm sure I got them around here, but didn't feel like digging. And this cost me $15. So for $45, we'll fix the sensor. So, got this prepped. I actually might I'll probably cut a little extra off of this when I get underneath, because I don't need it this long. But I'll see when I get underneath. So let's get under there and tackle it. There we go. Hopefully you can see. Right here was the sensor. Clipped in, top of the tank. You got your fuel lines, everything else. So we pulled this off. And tell you what, I'm going to set the microphone right here. Hopefully it picks up. Hopefully I don't knock it off. But as you can see, oh man, I got a different line, so I'm gonna have to fix that one. That stinks. It is a nice stretch here. So, okay. Really should. This exhaust is kind of hampering me a lot. There we go. Now I slipped it on the backside here, and I already pre-put the worm clamp on, and I just snugged it up so it wouldn't move for me. Now, I mean, I got just enough room here to do this. One-handed. I wish I could use two hands, but unfortunately it is not giving me the room. Now I'm not going to go super crazy with the worm clamp here. Just snug. So that way, yep, nice and tight. Okay. And I do have one of these fancy headlights on. I gotta recommend the headlights. Now we're gonna put the worm clamp on first. Now, if you're used to doing a lot of stuff one-handed here, you won't have a problem. There we go. Okay. Now the tricky part, because I wasn't smart enough to, I can finagle just a hand in here. I have an exhaust hanger poking in my neck. I mean, this ain't the easiest way here, but it's the cheapest way. And if I could save a buck, oh man, I'm gonna save a buck, because I got a car to build. Yeah, one more. There we go. Okay. Now we'll replug our connector. Yeah. Connector on. It's nice and tight. And now I got to figure out this line. Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut off me a little sliver of this line. So I can go in the barn here and find me a piece of hose so I can fix this line. Good news is it's not a fuel return or nothing. I'm pretty sure it's just a vent. I'll be back. I gotta finagle myself back up there, find the other piece so I can put the line on. Ouch. You know, somehow I have the mat. I have my mat to lay down on, and well, at least my arm can lay on it. Nothing else can lay on it, but my arm can. So let's get this side on. I should have sprayed some WD-40 on this. A little snug. That ratchet keeps freaking reversing on me here. Oh yeah. I see you hanging back there in no man's land. Pretty sure I can't get on the side over there. Let me see if I can get on the other side over there. You can see I put this piece on. Okay, here's my line. Here's my new line. Okay, where is... Okay, I got the new line. Where's the other one? Where's the one I cut? I know you're here. Where are you at? And if you see it, let me know. There it is. Okay. So I need this. This. Gosh dang it. I really should have sprayed some WD-40 or something on this. Spit on it at least. And I'm not left-handed. Doesn't make it any easier. Now, I don't know how far I'm on. I'm gonna see if I can finagle. Okay, where'd you go? There you go. Oh, there's rust in my ear. Oh, a bunch more rust in my ear. Oh, these rusty trucks. Man, I'm telling you. That was a simple job. Turn to this. I don't know. Okay. Now I guess I come to the other side and I can attempt to tighten that up. Maybe I should have swept the driveway off first. I don't know. I don't think it would have helped. Okay, I gotta find the end. Worm clamp. Where are you hiding? There you are. Can I get you above the wire? Huh? That's going to be a nice, lovely spot. My headlight moved. There we go. Ouch. Ah. See, now if you're really careful. Oh, I clicked my headlight down. You won't cut this line when you cut the other one. And then you won't be fighting quite as bad as I am. Kind of half snap this stuff back together. And clip. Enough. Well, there you go. And so hopefully you can see this. Don't mind the line I had to fix. If you pay attention, you won't catch that line. And you can get this sensor, which, like I said, I'll put it in the screen one more time right here. And then get yourself some 5/8 hose, some worm clamps. And there you go. They actually sell a kit that comes with barb ends and hose and everything else. But that's still like $200 or something. It's just not happening. So that's what we got. Okay. Now I get out, I'll clear the code and go from there. You can see where I finagled up at here, because here's the frame, here's the exhaust, drive shaft, and I came right up here between the exhaust, and there we go, and stretch over one arm. But I should have jacked the truck up. Okay, even with these cheap scanners, this is just a cheap scanner that was actually in the rolled over Dodge that I had gotten for parts. You can still go on and look at live data, and you'll be able to see, let's see, I'll get into it here. Live data, and you go down, and then you can find, I'll let you know exactly what it says. View data, custom data set. Probably 02, with the run model, this and blah blah blah. You got two of them that is evap PCT percentage, and that's what's telling the computer when to dump it in the motor. And then you got evap VP. It could be it's water pressure, inch H2O. And right now we are sitting at, well, it's actually moving around 0.20, 0.17, which before it was at like, I think it was like 8. And that was after I kept the fuel filler flap open overnight, and it was still at 8. So hopefully this should be good. 0.17, warming up. As I said before, I was getting some crazy numbers, and it was a sensor. But you could do that first, double check your sensor. But nope, I did that. I reset my code, so now I'll give it a day or two, and I'll see how the emission system, how ready it is. So there we go. Hopefully you got something out of this video. Save yourself a couple bucks like me, and fix that evap pressure sensor code. I mean, like me, nobody's ever really rolling in money. I sure as heck ain't. But if you could save a buck somewhere, you save a buck somewhere. And this saves $350. So I'll take that any day of the week. And now when the emission system is ready, I can get it inspected. So, like I said, hopefully you got something good out of this video, and give a like, subscribe, share. Try to post more content here. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.